All right, starting off on the left with Mark.
Harlow was just talking about how you guys played so well, especially as a defensive line. Was it a personal challenge after last week? Did he say something to you? Did you guys talk about it internally, trying to prove something this week?
I mean, personally, our defensive line, I always feel like we have something to prove when we go that way every week. With that mindset, we know a lot of the game depends on how we play, and we feel like the last couple of weeks we've been slacking. So it's something we knew internally that we have to pick up ourselves, and it's something Coach Madison preaches us every day.
Going to Chris, so on the left.
Could you guys tell that Hackenberg was pretty beat up at the end? Seemed like you guys got to him quite a bit.
Yeah, you could tell he was towards the end, the fourth quarter, he was flinching at the end of his throws, kind of trying to duck out of the way. That was the goal all along, was to get to the quarterback and apply pressure to him.
Other questions for these guys? Please raise your hand. Starting with Steve on the left.
James, if you could talk about the toughness that this team shows on the road. It's difficult to go through the whole Big Ten season and not lose on the road.
Well, this team is tremendously tough. You know, we rely on each other, and we're a band of brothers when we go on the road. And we know if you give us an inch, like we see in the Minnesota game, you know, we're going to take it. You put the game on defensive shoulders. We're going to do everything we can to hold it out. And you know, that's everything we can do. And I trust these boys to a T, and you know, they prove it every time we get on the field.
Could Taco and Chris also touch on that?
What was the question again?
Why you guys have been so successful on the road, not losing a conference road game?
I think it's a mindset, especially when you're not at home. You don't have the crowd, cheering you on every play. Just a mindset that you have to come out there and like Big said, we're a tough team. We have to have that mentality each and every week, especially when we go on the road.
Yeah, the biggest thing I can attest to is what Big said also. We're a band of brothers. We stick together. We know when we go to a place like this, especially Penn State, it's a hostile environment, but we know together we play as a team. It doesn't really matter what the environment is. Every football field is the same, and nothing changes about that, and that's what all that counts.
Starting with Nick all the way to the left.
James, why is it you guys have lost games here? You've lost close games on the road before in other years. Why is this team different, and why have you guys been able to win these kind of grind-out games? What's the difference?
Well, I just think Coach Harbaugh does a great job of, letting us understand, how to play the game of football and how to come out and, come out with enthusiasm unknown to mankind, and just all the things he does. He'll run through a brick wall for us no matter what, and we'll do the same for him. And that's how we've been taking it. And we just go out on the road and give it all we got, and that's all we have.
At what point in the year did you decide, I will run through a wall for him? What point in the year did that sort of click?
I believe that was the first game. Probably first meeting, when I seen how much energy he had, and having a coach like that, it means so much, and just knowing your coach will do all that for you, you give it all for him.
All the way to the right, Angelique.
So piggybacking on Steve's question, in the red zone situations and holding them to field goals, how is that happening, and what's the response when you do that?
Like I said, it's just a mindset when you go out there, and your back's up against the wall, and you know that you have to hold to 3 points or less, and that was our goal all along, especially in this game. We knew it was going to be a grind-out game, and I think we accomplished that.
Chris on the left.
You Ohio guys, can you root for Ohio State today, and have you let yourself think ahead to what that's going to be like next week?
I think so. I'm not going to say yes, I'm not going to say no, but we're going to play for a Big Ten championship, and this is what we wanted all along. We're real close to that goal, and next week against Ohio State is going to be that big test for us. And when we win that game, we're going to be playing for the Big Ten championship in Indianapolis.
Gentleman standing all the way to the left.
Which one of you guys is the best buck?
Best buck?
Yeah.
I go for that one.
I feel like everybody brings a set of skills to the table, and we're all different, but at the same time we bring a different type of thing to the game. So I feel like we cause a disadvantage for offenses because they don't know which one of us is going to be in there, like Taco or Roy Stone. You can get all of it, so it doesn't matter.
Right, and I'm sorry, just to continue. Who's been the best defensive line coach that you've had out of you've had some great ones come through here, so.
Previously, Coach Masters really took over the defensive line, and he was that way since my freshman year. So we take along to him. We know how he coaches us. He coaches hard. He coaches as well. He's a guy who's coaching in the NFL. He coaches in the next league. He knows what he's talking about. We know that. We have a trust in him, and we'll play hard for him every play, every down.
This gentleman in front of me right here.
Chris, you guys had a tough couple of losses. What about Coach Harbaugh now is kind of pushing you guys through and keeping you going and keeping you intense through the adversity throughout these games?
Yeah, there's always that focus, and you have to be resilient through, you know, any loss or any win. You have to push through and you know, just push through everything. You know, when you lose a close game, when you win a big game, a close game, just be resilient through everything and look forward to that next week and fix the mistakes. That's probably the biggest thing, is fix those mistakes and look forward to playing and getting another opportunity to play.
Max, right here in the middle.
What was the locker room like after the game? Do you feel like guys already have a sense of anticipation for next weekend?
I think so. There's definitely, you know, we're all excited, especially when you get a big win on the road against Penn State. We know what we're playing for. We're playing for something bigger than just this game. And when you get this win, it's just the next step closer to what we wanted to accomplish. And you know, it's right there in front of us. And the energy and the enthusiasm in that locker room afterwards was pretty special and pretty fun to be a part of.
What happened?
Just excitement. I mean, you're playing with 70 other guys on the road, and the coaches, especially Coach Harbaugh, brings that enthusiasm each day. So you can just only imagine what that locker room is like. You know, we battle with each other, you know, and for each other each and every week. And it's special to get a win, especially on the road.
We got time for a few more. Todd, all the way to the left.
What does it mean for you to have another shot at Ohio State, and also to have Michigan back in a position where you can play for a Big Ten division title?
I mean, it's just special going against Ohio State every year just because, you know, it's a team I grew up around. Growing up in Columbus is a team I watch every Saturday, so getting my shot to finally go against them again is something I was waiting on since last year. And this team is coming so long, and I'm just happy to be with these guys because these guys are my brothers. So to go against that game with another 70, 80 guys that's my brothers is special and is something that's, you know, I don't really have a word for it.
Angelique, all the way